Pale Directive. Training Module 21. Classification: Confidential. Tier 3. Threat Designation: EA-15. Cinder Field. This material is approved for internal distribution only. The primary threat of environmental anomaly 15 is not the zone of conversion. It is the silence that precedes it. EA-15 designates a particulate matter with self-replicating properties that converts all organic and inorganic material into a single uniform substance upon physical contact. This substance, referred to as the cinder field, is composed of amorphous carbon, silicon, and trace elements. Standard field analysis, including chemical reagent testing and spectrometry, shows it to be indistinguishable from mundane wood ash. Documented conversion rates are variable. High moisture organic matter, such as living tissue, is converted at a rate of approximately 15 kilograms per second. Denser, anhydrous materials like steel and rock are converted more slowly. In its ambient state, the field is inert unless direct physical contact is made. However, individual particulates can become airborne with kinetic force exceeding 0.2 meters per second. This includes light wind, vibrations from footfalls, or the shock wave from nearby artillery. The most critical parameter of EA-15 is its capacity for energy absorption. The field actively neutralizes thermal and kinetic energy within its boundary. A lit match thrown into a cinder field is extinguished before it lands. A standard No-36M grenade is converted to inert ash prior to detonation. This effect is absolute. There are no recorded exceptions in the operational record, dating back to initial contact reports from the North African campaign in 1942. The silence is not a byproduct of the anomaly. It is a symptom of its primary function. The silence of a cinder field is not an absence. It is a presence, an active force. Initial contact is defined by its visual boundary, a perimeter of fine gray particulate matter resembling a patch of burnt ground. Any object crossing this boundary, a boot, a vehicle tire, a falling leaf, triggers a conversion cascade. The process spreads outward from the point of contact. It is silent and immediate. There is no heat, no flame, and no sound. The field's energy nullification property extends beyond its physical border. Sound pressure levels decrease precipitously within 10 meters of a delineated cinder field. Operative debriefings consistently report a sensation of atmospheric pressure, a physical weight to the air, as if sound is being actively compressed before it can reach the ear. The world becomes muffled. Distant gunfire fades. Voices become flat and lose all resonance. This effect has been indexed as acoustic deadening phenomenon 15 alpha. All operatives are required to log its detection using Section 4 of Form 7D. This acoustic deadening is your first and only warning. The sound of your own footsteps will begin to disappear. Then the sound of your own breathing. Listen for what you cannot hear. This energy nullification is not a defensive property. It is an act of consumption. Direct engagement is counterproductive. Small arms projectiles are converted to ash mid-flight upon entering the anomaly's boundary. Documented tests confirm that. 30 to 06 Springfield, 45 ACP, and 7.92 millimeters. Mauser rounds all produce no impact. They cease to exist, contributing their mass to the field. Heavier ordnance produces the same result on a larger scale. The field does not resist force. It consumes it. Firing upon a cinder field is functionally equivalent to adding fuel to a fire. This phenomenon is linked to an active, low-frequency signal broadcast by the particulate field. This signal is the mechanism by which the field absorbs and neutralizes energy. The signal itself is below the range of human hearing, but its effect on the environment is total. It has also been documented to interfere with SCR 300 field radios, producing heavy static within 50 meters and total signal loss within 20 meters. A unit near a cinder field is a unit that is cut off. The cinder field is not a dead zone. It is an area being actively and continuously erased. The institution does not classify this signal as a communication. It is logged as an environmental artifact. Analysis of particulate spread confirms that individual motes of EA-15 are visually and chemically indistinguishable from common ash. They can be carried for miles by wind or on equipment, creating new, smaller cinder fields far from the primary zone. Post-operation, all personnel must undergo Standard Decontamination Protocol 7. SDP-7 includes a full-body brushdown using Form 88B, authorized bristle brushes. You are required to ensure all bristles are accounted for post-procedure. A single lost bristle necessitates a full operational quarantine under Directive redacted. This microscopic spread has led to a re-evaluation of EA-15's classification. It is not a series of discrete geographical anomalies. It is a single, particulate-based contagion. Our perimeters are not containment. They are diagnostic measurements of a process we are only beginning to map. Acoustic recordings taken at the edge of active cinder fields have detected the consistent low-frequency signal. Pause. Analysis reveals the signal is an aggregate waveform. This waveform is composed of every sound previously made within the zone's boundary, compressed into a single, static signal. The signal is broadcast on a continuous, inaudible loop. All attempts at neutralization have been reclassified as propagation events. As established, standard-issue firearms and explosives have a net negative effect. The conversion of projectiles, shrapnel, and explosive force results in a documented increase in the field's total mass and surface area. A standard 3-second burst from an M1919 Browning machine gun will expand a 10-meter field by approximately 2.3 meters in the direction of fire. Incendiary weapons, including the M2 flamethrower, are ineffective. The fuel mixture is converted, producing no flame. The thermal energy of ignition is absorbed within fractions of a second. High explosive anti-tank weapons and artillery from the 105mm howitzer M2 have been tested. In every instance, the result was the immediate conversion of the shell prior to detonation and a significant expansion of the cinder field. Engineering solutions have also failed. Attempts to excavate a cinder field result in the conversion of shovels and earth-moving equipment. Attempts to bury a field with sand or soil result in the conversion of the burial material, increasing the field's volume. There is no effective weapon against a cinder field. The act of engagement is an act of feeding the anomaly. The outcome of direct engagement is always the same. The field grows, and materiel is lost. After-action reports from Operation Hearthlight in late 1943 detail the first attempt at large-scale neutralization. An entrenched EA-15 field, approximately 50 meters in diameter, was blocking a critical supply route in the Italian campaign. The objective was to clear it. A sustained machine gun barrage from 3 Browning M2 HB positions was ordered. Over 1,200 rounds of .50 caliber ammunition were expended. Post-engagement analysis confirmed a 17% increase in the EA-15 perimeter. The field expanded to encompass all 3 firing positions. The weapons and remaining ammunition were converted to ash. There are no documented instances of any material being recovered from a cinder field. The conversion is irreversible. Any equipment, weapon, or vehicle that touches the field is permanently removed from the agency inventory. The operational doctrine is therefore absolute. EA-15 is not a target. It is a geographical feature. Any officer ordering direct fire on a cinder field is in violation of standing protocol. All personnel are authorized to disregard such an order. This is not a matter for debate. Engagement is forbidden. Your primary directive is avoidance, demarcation, and reporting. Study these procedures. They are your only defense. 1. Upon visual or auditory confirmation of a potential EA-15 zone, halt all forward movement. Auditory confirmation consists of the sudden, localized dampening of ambient sound. Cease all vocal communication. Use hand signals only. 2. Use issued DS3 particulate detector to confirm the presence of EA-15 particulates and establish a safe perimeter. The perimeter is defined as the line at which the detector begins to register an audible signal. Do not cross this line for any reason. 3. Mark the established perimeter with Type-C warning stakes at intervals of no more than 5 meters. Plant each stake firmly on the safe side of the line. 4. Any equipment, materiel, or personnel making physical contact with EA-15 is to be considered a total loss. Do not attempt recovery. Do not touch personnel undergoing conversion. The process cannot be arrested. 10-5. Verbally report the confirmed perimeter coordinates to your unit leader upon withdrawal to a safe distance. Your unit will then perform a tactical withdrawal of no less than 200 meters. A footprint can dislodge dormant particles. Walk. Do not run. A lack of issued equipment does not exempt you from protocol. It redefines your function within it. 6. In the event of a DS3 particulate detector malfunction, the acoustic deadening zone is your only guide. Withdraw until normal ambient sound returns. Add a 50-meter buffer to your estimated perimeter. Assume you are already contaminated and proceed directly to post-operation decontamination. 7. For operatives whose M4 sealed environment suit is compromised or who lack a DS3 detector, immediately cease all movement. Freeze in place. Do not touch any part of your body, clothing, or equipment. Verbally announce your call sign, grid reference, and state. Compromise. Static perimeter. No other transmission is authorized. Your location will now serve as a temporary boundary marker for the remainder of your unit. You are a warning sign. 9. A new perimeter will be established using your position as a reference point. Your unit will withdraw. Your position will be logged. No recovery action will be initiated. Your service record will be closed under procedural loss classification. Compliance is mandatory. This equipment is issued to measure the threat, not to defeat it. Your survival depends on its correct use. 1. M4 Sealed Environment Suit Function provides a temporary full-body barrier against incidental airborne particulate contact. Effectiveness. Partially effective. The suit is susceptible to tears from shrapnel or environmental hazards. It must undergo Integrity Check T-113 before and after every operation in a potential EA-15 theater. A compromised suit offers no protection. Documented failure rate is 1-inch 12 deployments in forested terrain. 2. DS3 particulate detector function detects the energy nullification field of EA-15 at a range of approximately 3 meters. Emits an audible click via earpiece, with frequency increasing upon proximity. Effectiveness. Effective. This is the only reliable method for detecting invisible dormant particles. Battery life is rated for 8 continuous hours. Check your power supply. Some standard issue equipment creates a liability in an EA-15 operational area. A review of your assigned kit is required before deployment. 3. Make 7 gas mask. Standard issue. Effectiveness. Ineffective. The standard filter provides no protection against EA-15 particulates. Use of the Mark 7 mask within 50 meters of a delineated zone is unauthorized, as it provides a false sense of security that leads to operator error. 4. No. 36M grenade. Standard issue. Effectiveness. Liability. All personnel must surrender fragmentation grenades and other explosives at a forward operating base before entering a suspected EA-15 zone. Accidental detonation near a field constitutes a severe procedural breach under Article Redacted. Requisition for DS3 units and replacement M4 suits must be filed using Form 11G. Expect fulfillment delays due to operational demand. Check your gear. Your life is your own responsibility. The cost of a single human error is recorded here for your review. This is Incident Report IR 771, B4 EA-15. The incident occurred in the Hurtgen Forest sector near the Siegfried Line November 1944. The unit had been marking perimeters for over 10 hours in freezing conditions. During this operation, Private Redacted of Squad Redacted dropped his M1910 canteen, which rolled across the marked line into a delineated EA-15 zone. Against the direct order of his NCO, the operative reached across the boundary in an attempt to recover the equipment. The cascade began at the operative's hand and consumed his entire body in under 3 seconds. The process was silent. The NCO observed the full conversion event, logged the time, and ordered the remaining squad members to adjust the perimeter markings to reflect the new boundary. Total loss of operative and his assigned M1 Garand rifle was noted in the subsequent report. Operator error was cited as the sole cause. The perimeter is not a wall. It is a measurement of how much ground has already been lost. Remember this. Pale Directive. End of module. Compliance is survival.